Hey, what's up, guys? So this is the first trial of week 6, and I got matched with Ace Hunter. Here's the ranking, and let's take a look at Ace Hunter's stats. Ace Hunter is 98 mil and well over 4.2 mil STP. And here are my stats. So this is what I decided to run on defense, and my hope is that with room 3, if they're able to do an Apoc, it causes confusion for room 6. But I think it bounces around the Illuminati counter and possibly where Cabal might get used between when you look at 3 and 4. And so my hope is that room 1 becomes more difficult as Secret Defenders and Superior 6 get stretched out as to where they can get used. And this is what my opponent's running on defense. So I'm gonna have to try some things, and I didn't want to do it, but for room 6, I went ahead and got Ares passive. So I want to see how that can work, because obviously we're gonna see this team a lot probably in room 6, and negating that on spawn or able to get safeguard either way on spawn or throughout could come in handy. And Ares has a stun and an ability block, which I'm hoping I can use on the Doom. If not, I'm able to one-punch him with Apoc. But let's go through what I'm looking at doing here. So originally I really wanted to do Illuminati on 1, but I don't think I can beat room 4 with Masters of Evil. It's just a big question mark. I'm going to go in with the Superior 6 and Mysterio and hope for the best there, because what I'd like to do is use Cabal with Vulture and Kang on 2. I think that might be helpful because Vulture will get his ult turn 1. And then after the double sack, I'm going to have Lizard, so I'll do SD Lizard. We'll try that. Illuminati on 4. And I'm going to have to try this Alpha Flight cable counter. Mobile Gamer and Doolum have used it, so it's not terribly efficient. But since it's available and can possibly work, or should work, I'm going to have to try it, because I don't see how I can stretch Superior 6 over to here and use Masters of Evil effectively anywhere. So that'll have to be the plan there. And then what we'll do first is the first attack, because I just need to see if it can work, is Apoc, Weaver, Red Hulk, Emma, and Ares on room 6. So hopefully this works out, guys. We'll see how it goes. So I want to try Ares here. I have his passive, his awakened ability done, and I think Emma's enough for the speed advantage. This counter seems to do well with Apoc, Red Hulk, and I'm doing Weaver, but I think you can probably do Nova or someone else. But I think Ares is going to be key in this as we start moving forward. So my thought with Mysterio is that if he got a chance to take a turn, he could land a blind and give immunity, and that might be enough to really take care of this as a counter. But it doesn't quite go that way. And what I'm seeing is you do need Vulture. Maybe the same team, no Mysterio with Vulture, would do better. Or maybe you take out either a Craven, maybe, or even a Slayer and run Lizard and Vulture. But clearly Mysterio has his limitations with this counter. I think my opponent expected Cabal to be used here, and maybe he was hoping for an efficiency sink. And when I saw the Black Knight and out of time, I was like, well, maybe it will be an efficiency sink. But Cabal with Vulture, and that was my plan of going Vulture, and then Kang, that seems to be very solid for this particular counter. So I've seen this run a couple times now with Old Man Logan and Alpha Flight and Nightcrawler in there, and I'm not sure if other counters will work smoothly or not. But since I've been in a position to be able to just use Illuminati, I've been using them here, and it seems to go very well. So I wanted to try the Alpha Flight counter here because it seemed to be within range. You're looking at maybe a 500k punch up. And I've seen it go against a Bishop version with Extreme Rogue. I think in this case, the Bishop is just a little bit too small, so he just bleeds out, he just dies. And that triggers the the forge, because there's a Cyclops in here, and then so now my flight doesn't have the advantage that they had, and they're not able to just kind of just go right through the extreme road. And so I think still when you're seeing the Spider Society with Mephisto, the best bet is just to go in with a double sack, and then possibly the Secret Defenders, or but maybe more reliably would be the Superior Six. I like to go in with some type of Hero as Guardians, and then do a Infinity Watch, and that seems to just pull all their abilities and give me a good chance when it comes to the final attempt. So my room 1 did pretty well as far as sinking efficiency, but overall, it did not force my opponent to go in with a double tap. And so I've got to give that some thought, because this means that there'll be times where my opponent can one-shot it, and in this particular case, I needed my opponent to go in and drop an attack, and I was hoping that this would be the room where that would happen. Here, my opponent was pretty efficient. He just went in with the double sack, as you see here, and then he just cleaned it up with Secret Defenders and the Cosmic Ghost Rider. On this one, I kind of expect to see Cabal used on this team, and he went in with the Vulture version with Zemo, and I like that counter too. So it's pretty effective, it's clean, it's efficient, and he got a good score, and so that leads to his ability to just kind of one-shot all my rooms. And of course, since he had Illuminati, what he did is, it looks like he just went and he broke Illuminati up, and he was able to use the Iron Man version. Now, it wasn't good efficiency, but the fact that he was able to use the Iron Man version to get it done means that this was really a win for him. And so I wish we could see this battle here. He went in with the Massive Evil 3-piece, Dorm and Dakin, and it looks like it has great efficiency, so it'd be interesting to see how this played out. And so he was able to use his Captain Britain as a counter on my Room 6. And that's really saying a lot, because I thought I had a more powerful offense than this to at least get my opponent under what would be an average score. And of course, my hope was that this room, or maybe one of the other rooms, would have forced a double tap, but it didn't.